the Dawgs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to a quick microcast episode of the Dawgs Podcast presented by Omaha Steaks, and the Browns are 4-4-4 in the awards. Just take it all back. Everybody else in the NFL last night was a Cleveland Browns award show, and I'm not just talking about the Mad Dog Awards, which we did live on YouTube. And if you haven't seen the Mad Dog Awards, please go check those out. But I'm talking about the NFL honors. Josh all alone with you. Like I said, doing a quick microcast. Just want to get this out today, giving some quick reactions from the show about the awards for the Browns. And we came into this having a pretty good feeling who was going to win each award. We definitely felt like Myles Garrett had all the odds on to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. All the betting, sports betting apps and Vegas and everything had him as the clear front runner, clear leader, betting favorite in that department. And then Kevin Stefanski, we weren't sure if he was going to win Coach of the Year award, but he was up against some really, really good coaches, and as it should be in the NFL for these awards. So you had, Dan Campbell and D'Amico Ryans, who were both very deserving of that award, but so was Kevin Stefanski. So let's just kind of break these down real quick, because I cannot believe the outpouring of tears and whiny and excuses and everything coming from Steelers fans, because TJ Watt did not win Defensive Player of the Year award. It was Myles Garrett. And I got to tell you guys, it's pretty pathetic, Steeler fans. If anybody out there is watching this and you're a Steelers fan, you guys need to just chill out. You guys are embarrassing yourselves. Quit crying. Oh my gosh, the amount of Steelers fans that have told me just this morning that the Defensive Player of the Year award is just a lifetime achievement participation award. It doesn't count. Didn't TJ Watt just win it a couple years ago in 2021? Oh, no, but that one counts. Yeah, he actually earned that one. Okay, guys, can we just chill out? Quit trying. It's pathetic. If this is how Steeler fans are going to be, and if this is how they're going to act when the Steelers aren't very good, man, it's going to be a rough few years coming up, because I do not think the Steelers, even though they're going to be competitive because they are the Steelers, and we give them credit, unlike they'll ever give us. Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach. They're a great team. They always have a great defense. They are in a very bad quarterback situation. Their offense, not good in 2023. Don't know what it's going to look like under Arthur Smith, but either way, they are going to be so insufferably whiny. Yeah, it's okay. We're here for it all day. But anyway, so Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year award, and I'm just going to play a quick clip of his acceptance speech because, hey, Myles, you have been working your entire career, and honestly, I know we can get on Myles as Browns fans quite often for not always having a full season or his numbers dropping off here and there, but he still has a ton of non-counting stats, whether people care about those or not or think they matter. I think they matter. Just because he doesn't record a sack on a play does not mean he didn't impact the play. I think that's such a stupid mindset, honestly. To think that just because a guy doesn't record a recordable stat on a play means he did nothing. Come on, guys, that's ridiculous. So here's Myles' acceptance speech, and then we'll get back to it. So congratulations, Myles Garrett, your first Defensive Player of the Year award. And we couldn't be happier for you. Now let's bring it back in 2024. Let's win it again, and let's win it where nobody can complain about anything, even though they will anyway, because it's Steelers fans. But anyway, we're going to move on here. Joe freaking Flacco, baby, wins the Comeback Player of the Year award. And, it was really kind of down between him and Damar Hamlin. And I know Joe came out a little while ago and said, I think Damar deserves this award. I don't need it. All I did was play football. He came, he pretty much died on the field and everything else. And while that was one of the most horrific, frightening moments that I've ever witnessed watching anything, let alone a sporting event, with Damar Hamlin last year in 2022, whenever he had his cardiac arrest on the field, the guy didn't do anything. Here in 2023, he appeared in 5 games and he recorded 2 tackles. I'm sorry. Comeback Player of the Year is about your performance on the football field. I'm not trying to downplay the fact that he had a heart attack on the field and everything and had to be resuscitated and all that. I'm very happy that he is alive. Thank you. It's a blessing that everything went the way it did for him afterward, but Joe Flacco earned Comeback Player of the Year on the football field. What he did in 6 games with the Browns, 5 straight games of 300 plus yards, like it was 1,900 some yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 picks. Now the turnovers, we've talked extensively, they were a huge problem, but the touchdowns, the yards, leading the Browns to victories when we were on our last resort effort at the quarterback position. Deshaun Watson's out for the season. The backup, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is on IR. PJ Walker is straight ass. We were in a bad spot, and I don't know if there's anybody else who could have come in and did what Joe Flacco did, because we were seriously sitting in a position where, yes, the defense was still going to be very, very good and elite, but at the same time, the offense was going to struggle, and we probably weren't going to make the playoffs because our ability to manufacture points it was gone. It was absolutely gone. Joe Flacco came in, rejuvenated that, gave us all hope back, took just everything by the balls and went hard. And man, did he ever earn this award. So thank you, Joe. It was an awesome year, and don't know what the future is going to hold. We've talked about that. I'm sure we'll talk about it more. But here's Joe Flacco's acceptance speech at the award ceremony, and then we'll get back to it. What's up, Ohio? Don't miss out on this fantastic offer from DraftKings for the big game. New customers who sign up with our promo code THEDAWGS, all one word, and place a $5 first bet will instantly receive $200 in bonus bets. You'll get 8 $25 bonus bet tokens, allowing you to make multiple wagers with your reward. These tokens are valid for 7 days, giving you time to find your favorite bets. If you download the DraftKings app before the big game, make sure to sign up with our code THEDAWGS to get your $200 of bonus bets. This offer is only available for new customers who are 21 and older and physically present in Ohio. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Check the episode description for the full terms of the offer to see if you qualify. This episode is brought to you by Danger Coffee. Browns fans, we talk about how Danger Coffee is made free from mold toxins that are in 45% of the world's coffee, but that's not all that Danger Coffee has to offer. Mineral and nutrient deficiencies are a big deal. They make you feel sick, tired, stressed, and they can give you brain fog. These deficiencies negatively affect your immune system, your digestion, sleep, metabolism. Have you ever wondered why you get an initial burst from your coffee, But then you get that little crash not long after. Danger Coffee's patent-pending process remineralizes your body with more than 50 trace minerals and electrolytes, leaving you more energized, engaged, powerful. These micronutrients enter the cells to boost performance. They bind to toxins to provide detoxification support. I know that sounds like a lot, but the bottom line, guys, is minerals matter. And most of us really don't get enough of them on a daily basis. Danger Coffee delivers micronutrients. Plus, it gives you access to the minerals you already have. Head to dangercoffee.com, use our code DAWGS, DAWGS, for 10% off your order. And that code can be used over and over. So you get 10% off every order you make using code DAWGS. It's time to start every day off with a cup of coffee that gets you going and actually keeps you going. dangercoffee.com, code DAWGS. So congratulations, Joe Flacco. Again, an awesome 6-game stretch. You came in and essentially saved our season because we were about to be like the New York Jets with a very good defense and losing games because we just can't score points. So you saved us from that. You and Kevin Stefanski coming together, masterminding this thing, and it was a thing of beauty. And speaking of Kevin Stefanski, so deserved that Kevin Stefanski wins not his first, but his second head coach of the year award in 4 seasons. Guys, I can't explain how impressed I am with Kevin Stefanski. I've listened to everything that Andrew Berry says about him, about Kevin as a leader, about Kevin as a motivator and bringing guys together. He can rally these guys. I mean, I've never been in an NFL locker room. I've never been part of an NFL team, obviously, but just imagine, you've got a collective group of young guys who all have just recently, for the most part, come into big money. They have been top athletes at their position, at their sport, they're pretty much their entire lives. High school, they were probably like the number one guy for miles and miles and miles. College, they were one of the number one guys there. To make it to the NFL, you have to be that good. So there are egos, basically, is what I'm trying to get to. And you have to manage that. You have to manage egos, expectations, unrealistic expectations from guys probably. You have to manage, inner turmoil. Not everybody's going to get along just because you don't see the turmoil. I mean, every team has it. And there's no way that 53 guys on every team all like each other. But to be able to bring guys together as a team and say, yeah, you may not all like each other, but when we're here, we're going to work together and we're going to play together and we're going to freaking win together. And that's what the Browns did this year, 11-6 with all the injuries. It started week 1 and it never stopped. It started with Conklin going down, went to Chubb, then Deshaun, and it was just, we lost major player after major player after major player. Everybody's going on IR, and somehow this team did not lose focus. They did not lose the resolve. They did not lose the goal and the mission, and that all goes back to Kevin Stefanski. It starts at the top, and it goes down from there. So thank you, Kevin, for a phenomenal year. I know it's crazy to think that we came into the season with a lot of Browns fans and people, and even us on this show talking about, well, this could be a turning season for Kevin if things start out bad, because he's had 2 down years. He won Coach of the Year in 2020, made the playoffs, beat the Steelers. Screw you, Steelers. Gosh, we hate you guys so much. And, then he comes back in 21. It's not a great season. 22, not a great season. And then this year, it all turns right back around and much deserved. Hopefully, Kevin gets his contract extension with the Browns soon. Love to lock him up for a longer period of time because for once in my lifetime, I have never seen it where the Browns have consistency at the coaching position, at the front office position. Just the fact that we have Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski for 4 seasons now, and it's going to continue into 5 and hopefully more and more beyond that. It builds the type of culture and what the team is able to do. This team does not go 11-6 through all that adversity this year without that consistency having been built for the previous 3 years up to this. So congrats, Kevin Stefanski. Number 2 on your mantle, and you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And much deserved as well. Jim Schwartz, new defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, came in this season in 2023, completely changed the defense. We went from being a defense that was so hard to watch to being a defense that was so fun to watch. Loved it when the defense got on the field. Always felt like there was a chance on every play something big is going to happen here with this defense. We had like the most forced 3 and outs. We were the number 1 defense in the league at home. Not all that great on the road, and we've talked about that. So hopefully we can get that all cleaned up. But again, here we go with consistency. Jim Schwartz heading into year 2 with the Browns, and year 1 brings home Assistant Coach of the Year at the NFL Honors. So good for you, Jim Schwartz. Congratulations. We're so happy you're here. We love having Jim Schwartz with Kevin Stefanski and just all the coaching moves that the team has made so far this offseason. We're excited about it. Everything that this team does is intentional. We say that all the time. They don't do anything on hope and a prayer. They do everything with an intention. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, and that's just how life is. But if you do things intentionally, more times than not, the things that you do are going to work out because you're doing them intentionally. You're putting thought and reason and process into them, and we're seeing the results on the field. So this was a phenomenal year for the Browns. It was so much fun, and it was just awesome to watch last night as the Browns took just a clean sweep of the awards. And you know, this kind of thing just does not happen to the Browns. And you've got other fan bases, and yes, I am talking primarily about the Steelers because they are crying their baby butts off today. But the Browns dominated that award show. And people can say all they want, oh, well, you know, it's just end-of-season individual awards, and the only thing that matters is the Super Bowl. Well, then guess what? There's 31 teams that I guess nothing matters for then, because only one team wins the Super Bowl. But every team is making strides at all times, and you are either getting better or you are getting worse. And the Browns are continuing to get better, and I will never apologize for being excited about that. Did we lose in the wild card round? Sure. So did a bunch of other teams. Did other teams lose in the divisional? Yes. Did teams lose in the championship round? Yes. Is a team going to lose in the Super Bowl? Yup. That's going to happen. But you know what? There are so many things to build off of from this Brown season going into 2024, and that's the focus, and that's where we're headed. This offseason is going to be a ton of fun. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the podcast. On YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so you don't miss any new episodes, microcasts like this, things that we're dropping. I'm doing a show, an interview with Barry Shuck from Dawgs by Nature this weekend. He was at the Senior Bowl all last week, went to the game and all that stuff. He interviewed a ton of players. We are going to be talking about those players, guys that he thinks could be Senior Bowl prospect possibilities for the Browns in the NFL draft. And from what we've learned from Barry Shuck in years past, a lot of the guys that he interviews at the Senior Bowl and meets there and watches and details from the Senior Bowl end up either coming. First of all, he's pegged quite a few Browns draft picks that have worked out for the Browns, and he's also just brought up a ton of names that, you know, the Browns could be interested in, and they are names of guys that have had success at the NFL level pretty much immediately. So it's a ton of fun talking to him. That'll be next week sometime. It'll air, so stay tuned for that. And we will be back with you guys next week talking about everything else. We'll get Blake and Justin, their thoughts on the NFL awards and everything that happens this weekend. But I just wanted to jump on, give everybody my thoughts, reactions to the Browns winning the awards, tell Steelers fans to suck it. Because I'm sorry, if you want to tell me that the Defensive Player of the Year award is just a participation trophy, then, I mean, I guess TJ Watt got his participation trophy in 2021. If that one counts, so does this one for Myles, so suck it. And at the end of the day, we honestly don't really care what you guys think about. It's just a lot of fun harassing you and hazing and doing all this fun stuff. So, Browns fans, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, do you guys think Myles deserved the DPOY, or did, you know, Micah Parsons or somebody else, Max Crosby, with some of the other candidates? Kevin Stefanski, was he the clear-cut choice for Coach of the Year? Like, you know, I believe he was, or did you think that D'Amico Ryans or Dan Campbell should have won it? And some of the other awards, I mean, are kind of self-explanatory, but let me know your thoughts. I want to hear from everybody, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Stay safe, and until we see you guys next week, let's go Browns.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.